And we're live.
The slickest fade into the live show. That was just nice. I don't know. Oh man, how's it going?
We officially have two shows here, by the way, guys.
Woo.
Yeah, I guess that's true, isn't it?
Yeah. Before the show. Now we need a before the show.
And an after the show.
Before the show, and then an after the show.
Our shows can grow exponentially.
How many shows can we get out of the single show before?
We could do a morning coffee show where we go over the morning headlines.
Oh my gosh.
That'd
If you
be
guys
great.
wake up at like 5 or 6 in the morning, we could totally do that.
Morning coffee.
I'm up that early, just for the record.
It's a Goopply morning.
It's a Goopply day. Goopply Mondays. Join us all day long Monday.
We'll just commute to a location and sit around a coffee table, and it'll be like a morning show. We'll just talk about the headlines.
That'd be great, actually.
At a coffee shop.
Yeah.
No. We just take over a coffee shop for an hour.
During the show, they kick us out. We're like, you can't kick us out. We're filming, and then we start a hashtag to boycott that. And we go to McDonald's.
We could have multiple cameras and then turn to a camera and be like, we're sponsored by whatever coffee shop we're in. You know.
Hold on, I gotta tweet it out. Roy beat me to it.
Hey.
Damn.
But you probably just retweeted it. I tweeted out of my own little.
I did just retweet it. I'm sorry. I'm not ashamed to say it. I have no shame. I was just like, how can I get this out to like my 20 some odd followers that I have on Twitter as fast as I can?
Well, so I do it on my own tweet. That way I can pin it to the top of my profile after the show. So it always is there at the top when you look at my profile.
I have 43 followers.
Okay. Well,
I
don't have that many followers. I don't have that many followers on Twitter, but I do have on Instagram. I wish I could do more. I wish I could tweet on Instagram, or we could go live on Instagram with Restream. So
I've got 95 followers, and most of them are probably bots.
Yeah, I have a bunch of bots on.
Have any of you ever had a tweet that went viral?
No.
No, but
I think I would say Roy. Yeah, talk about that.
What's that? Wait, what?
So I got my phone case. Let me take it off my phone really quick so I can show it to you in all its glory. Matt got his finally too. It is the Phone Rebel iPhone 12 Pro Max case. It supports MagSafe, which is awesome. It's a fairly rugged case. It's got raised corners on the back, in each corner, and then the front as well. And it slims down on the bottoms and the sides to make everything more easier reachability. So it gives you, the raised corners anyway, at least to protect the screen and the camera from, it's got a camera bump on it anyway to stop your camera from being there. But it gives some cushion TPU built into the corners and the tops, the bottom. The back's pretty rubbery. It has like this hexagonal shape that helps with drops and whatnot. But I tweeted out that I had gotten it when I got it, which was fairly quickly actually after the launch. But he ships out of Vancouver, so it's not like he's Vancouver, Washington, so he's shipping too far. But everybody on Twitter was asking me questions about the case and what I thought about it.
That's because
he
retweeted you.
Oh, did he? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, a bunch of people were asking me, like, does it interfere with AirDrop? Does it interfere with Apple Pay? What are your thoughts on it? And for like a good, almost week, I was answering questions on Twitter. Well, it didn't go viral or anything, but I got a lot of engagement off of it. And I'm fairly happy with the case. I know that Matt has had a slightly different experience. Too heavy, and as though I can't really tell that it's a heavy case.
Mm-hmm.
The magnets on it are fairly strong,
So
if
Matt,
not stronger than the Apple-made cases.
so Matt, you got the same exact case, like color and everything?
Yep, it only comes in one color.
Oh, okay.
So he has a clear version of it that looks like it's a little lighter. And I had the clear version last time that I bought. I didn't buy the Rebel size one, but it's definitely bulkier, but it doesn't support the clear one doesn't support MagSafe, and I am invested into MagSafe. So this is not sponsored. This is not sponsored by Rebel either. Just want to note that in no way, shape, or form are we.
There's no point.
Not yet.
If you have an iPhone, to not get a MagSafe accessory case, in my opinion. I think that Apple is doing great things with the MagSafe ecosystem.
I've already switched back to my clear case, which is absolutely my most favorite case of all. And I think it is mostly because I can see the back of my phone and the color of it. And it's easy to hold in my hand. And it's just, it's a very nice case.
If I didn't have such a large phone, I'd probably like the clear case a little bit more, because clear case grippy texture case. So with a large phone, the clear case is. It is a nice case, and I do like the way that it looks. And it's not super slippery, but it's slippery enough that makes me not want to use it really. And unlike all,
you have Apple Care. You have Apple Care. Why do you care?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm not used to having Apple Care, so I often forget that my phone is going to be fine if I drop it and break it.
You have Apple Care.
Well, it'll be replaced. It won't be fine technically. Like if something happens, you'll be out of a phone if it breaks or something like that.
I'll be out of a phone days, because I'm pretty sure at this point I can walk in the Apple store and they have my phone.
Yeah, you can go in the Apple store. Somebody I was there walked in and got a new iPhone 12. I think it was.
I also really dislike the fact that this year they closed the bottom of the cases on all of their cases, because last year and the years before that, if you had a silicone or leather case, it was open on the bottom. Is it not? It's open on the bottom, yeah. So the clear case is open on the bottom.
The clear one is.
But the leather and the silicone ones are closed, which is new this year. They didn't do that in the past, and it baffles me. There's got to be some engineering reason as to why the plastic case has to be open on the bottom. Maybe the rigidness of the. It baffles me that it's open on the bottom.
Roy, did you not upgrade your internet this week?
I did, and
you need to demand a refund, because you have gig internet. You should not be clicking out so much.
Sounds like the work of Ziply Fiber.
Whoa. Tim's internet archenemy.
This is the work of them.
So did you guys all see my tweet about my Comcast? So
I remember seeing something about it. You were switching to
Comcast? I'm switching away from Comcast.
That's right.
Because I have gone over my data. My regular internet bill is like $80 a month, and we've used all of our data, and we are already at like $150 for the month. And it's just, it sucks.
You've been going over it every month too.
Yeah. So, and our contract is up in June. So when we move out of our current place over to Bellevue, we are not staying with Comcast.
I hope you have access to Ziply or something like that, because I don't. Have you checked based on the address that you're thinking about moving to?
I haven't, but it's on my questions to call them tomorrow. So
okay, yeah, that is important. I didn't do that before moving into my current place, and I wanted FiOS.
Quest is also over in Bellevue too, though, and I think they have gig internet over in Bellevue too. So I don't know. It's a
Mm.
newer building, so I'm hoping.
Oh, that's true. The place that I'm living at now is kind of like 1970s, 1980s, like old style apartment building, so they don't have like the latest hookups. They have like basic copper.
I keep
I
hearing
did a speed test before we started, and I was pulling like 800 gigs down or 800 megs down. This should not
Either
even
that
be
or it's your MacBook. What are you hardwired to?
It's the MacBook.
I am hardwired. The only thing I'm running right now
I think
is
it's the MacBook
Chrome.
then. I think it's the MacBook then because I don't think that you're going through. So you have a USB dongle connected, or you're going through Fire. Are you going through your Fire port? Or your
USB.
Thunderbolt port?
Going through USB.
Yeah. So USB is probably not enough to support it. So you're probably in your USB 2.0 or even 1.0.
Yeah, it's definitely
maybe.
not 3. I was going to say it's definitely not 3.0.
Yeah, so you're probably 1.0. Yeah, you need a new MacBook
Or a laptop. Much
I
simpler.
don't blame the internet service now.
Sorry,
Sorry, Tim.
Our internet, for some reason, we've been fine. Pretty much, I want to say from a year ago now to now, we've been fine for our internet, like not going over our outage or going over our data plan. But for some reason, the last 2 months, we have gone over, and I don't know why, because I checked the server stats and the server is using less than 5 gigs of data. So I don't know where the rest of that data is going to, because there's nothing that's using that data.
Surprising, because you're using a Plex server to like have data come in and out of your network or something, and
also,
you still don't use more.
It also my one of my VMs died this week, so I have to reinstall Linux now, and but other than that, like streaming wise, I think the server itself, it's about 5 gigabytes for streaming. I don't know why I have to do an audit now on the router to figure out if there's a device that's not supposed to be on there. That's someone. I don't think so, because our password's pretty secure. It's not password. It's pretty secure. So
thank God.
So last month I used 1,484 gigabytes for February, and January I used 1,494 gigabytes. December was kind of low though. I only used 1,265, and I'm allotted 1,229.
Same with me. Wow. Last month I used me and my roommate used 333 gigabytes for February, and in January we used 309 gigabytes, at least for comparison of people who don't work from home and spend like a bunch of time from home. So we just like stream and game and stuff. So
this month already,
jeez.
This month already I've used 56 gigabytes.
Wait, March already? What?
How?
Yeah.
One day?
What do you do?
Not even 24 hours?
Well, crap. So I just thought of this. I'm wondering if it's my cell spot.
Oh, that wouldn't be fair. Oh,
because everybody who has T-Mobile that's in the building probably. I should disconnect that and see how much data I use. Maybe
there
that's
might be a way to check your router if that has an ID.
I wonder if I could limit it.
You should be able to.
Yeah, you could give it a dedicated IP address and then just watch it or limit it.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can figure it out here. Hold on. Hero.
For comparison, I've used 2 gigabytes today. And I'm streaming right now. So we'll see what happens at the end of this podcast if it goes up. Man.
Oh, yeah. So today it's used...
So you're talking about the T-Mobile, like...
Yeah, the cell spot. So it's used 1.5 gigabytes. So let me see last month how much.
Mm.
Oh, I can't see. I have to subscribe to the. It only gives me the current week. I have to subscribe to the secure package. I don't know. I'll have to look at it. I can probably. Yeah, I'll have to look at it because if somebody's streaming video off of their cell phone and not using their Wi-Fi, should just disconnect it. I don't know. Maybe that's it.
So anybody could pick up off of your cell spot that's running off of your
If they're
internet?
close enough to it, like my neighbors upstairs or neighbors next door would probably get it. But if you're out in the parking lot, you're not going to get it. It's not that strong.
Okay.
So it's a very. That's why I didn't think it was going to be. But 1.5 gigabytes in a day, it's not that. So I'll have to. Should see what other my devices are using. So let's see.
So if you like walked into your apartment and or your place and you have this T-Mobile spot, would your phone not automatically switch to Wi-Fi because you're next to a Wi-Fi signal? I'd be surprised if it stayed on cell service since that's what
It doesn't. It stays on there, but so I connect to Wi-Fi. So I could technically just do T-Mobile Wi-Fi and do my calling over Wi-Fi, but it doesn't seem like that's the corporate. So I'll have to kind of see where data usage is.
I used 35 gigabytes today on our date.
See, I'm not crazy. Like I'm 56, but still, like
what? Last month we used 1,227 gigabytes.
Oh.
And then January we went over our data by 30 gigabytes. So now we had to pay last month. Comcast,
I would love to hear like anybody who's like watching or listening. Let us know like if you have Comcast and you're coming up against this data cap. I'm curious what everybody else is using, either as of like today or like March 1st or 2nd, or for like February or January. I'm curious what everybody's numbers are, just to see how big of a problem it might be for Comcast, because they updated their gig limit recently, didn't they, by like 20% or something in some contexts. I'll have to go and double check.
I don't think so.
Oh man,
I think
they raised our
while.
bill. I have to pay $72 now. I gotta call them. I gotta call them and change that. That's too much.
Oh man,
the heck! I was happy with my lower price.
Well, I mean, duh.
Oh, so they raised it in like somewhere around September or August or something of last year. They raised the monthly data ceiling to 1.2 terabytes, about 200 gigabytes more than the 1 terabyte limit that was in place before the pandemic. So
it's very generous of them. They didn't have to do that.
And then you get that one courtesy month, which is clearly not enough. So,
I've gone through those. It was 2 courtesy, and then somehow I went over, and they're like, "You got 1 courtesy," and now it's like,
it's so dumb that we can get like cell phone companies that are throwing all of these extra features at us to like give us not only unlimited data or like really convenient unlimited data, but like T-Mobile is giving you like free stuff with T-Mobile Tuesdays. You get all this stuff with like planes and features when you go into other countries. And then Comcast is like, I mean,
ripping us off.
Basically.
all right, I'm going to use Ziply Fiber as a reference when I call Comcast. $40 a month. I'm going to fight that.
If not, he's going to switch to Ziply Fiber.
I guess I gotta buy a new modem, and then I have to use.
They give you a modem, don't they?
Do they? That thing's probably a fire hazard.
I have their modem. Honestly, I probably need to upgrade my modem with them because I've had it for like 4 years now. It's probably something better.
I'll give him a call.
Hmm.
Like, I don't.
You-
If Comcast is like, okay, fine, bye, we'll cancel your service, and I gotta go to Ziply Fiber, I'm gonna be really mad because I don't want to do that.
I'm gonna be okay with that. I'll feel a slight victory there.
I wish you luck, Tim.
I know. I don't want to.
You should record it and make it into a TikTok.
They're so popular now on TikTok where people are like, how to lower your internet bill.
Use that chat service that was made like a couple years back.
Oh, I don't have to talk to anyone. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Does it work?
Yeah.
Does it work? I thought they didn't go through with it or something. It didn't finish.
I thought I watched a couple of videos of it working. Like, so yeah, someone made some chat bot. I think it was Trim or something like that, or that's a name that pops into my head when I think about it. Where it would use the Xfinity chatbot or Comcast chat service and like negotiate with the people on the chat service to lower your bill or something like that to save you money. So I never tried it myself, but because I had Frontier at the time. But I don't know, you might want to check on YouTube or something to see if there's evidence of it working.
I always go onto the website and I usually get a good deal on there. So that's how we did the last 3 moves that we've made. So check the website first, Tim, and see if you can get a better deal.
Mm-hmm.
I will try that.
And I've read at least one article with a Comcast employee of them talking about how they were like surprised that more people don't call and try to negotiate a lower rate, because it seems like the people on the other side of the phone are enabled to do that. It's just if more people would call and try. Or not that I am 100% confident that a company like Comcast would want to give you a better deal. I don't know. It's worth trying, I think. Like I said, wish you luck,
I'll
Tim.
try, and then I'll tweet about it. About my adventure.
Comcast is a company that is a monopoly that needs to be broken up. Why can't we have that? I just want less pirate-like companies giving us internet.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But hey, maybe if 5G really pans out, we'll all just have like hotspots in our homes and Verizon or T-Mobile internet or something, or that'll force Comcast to change their pricing structure.
You get the COVID vaccine, you're going to have those 5G cell towers injected straight in your bloodstream. You know?
really good service.
Well, I mean,
Michael says he goes over every month, and he also said Comcast sucks.
No,
We're
so
really hating on Comcast. So
I legitimately dislike Comcast almost completely. Like, they're always on the top of like either customer dissatisfaction or employee dissatisfaction. You never hear about their internet working like consistently for people, and you always have to like call them to fight because you're like, why are you charging me so much money for things that I don't use? I don't like Comcast.
This portion of the show is not sponsored by Ziply Fibers, just for the record.
or Comcast. Comcast
man.
is not sponsoring us either.
No. And remember, I bet they changed their name to Xfinity to try and hide from the negative aspects that Comcast had. Also so annoying.
Well, since they own NBC now too, they took the NBC logo and made it part of Comcast logo. So
everyone just hates NBC.
And they don't even know why. I just hate NBC.
You have the same logo as Comcast.
Other than like super old people, I don't know anybody that calls Comcast Xfinity, because every once in a while I get the old person who's like, I have Xfinity. Oh, you have Comcast? No, I have Xfinity. No, you have Comcast.
No, you have Comcast, please.
Let's fool
us. Jer Bear just said his Comcast internet literally just cut out. There you go. We're just trying to have a nice conversation about how terrible Comcast is, and they're cutting people's internet out right from under them.
They're listening.
They're probably listening right now and monitoring it, and they're like, "Oh, that person's on our thing." Cut him out.
Did we
This
fix
is why you
this
have a
internet
VPN,
issue?
people.
Did we fix this internet issue? No, but this podcast is talking about us.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't tried to take our internet down.
Don't. Maybe that's what's going on. No, don't jinx it. It could happen.
Well, Roy would be the only one left, right?
I'll carry the torch, guys.
We just all go to black screens and Roy's just here like looking around.
It'll be the podcast with Roy.
I'm sure Tim's running a VPN right now, right, Tim?
I am not running a VPN.
Comcast is looking at everything you're doing right now.
Oh no, not the ISP.
So before, slight super tangent, and before we switch to the show, there's a company somewhere next to where I live called Games, which is GAEMS. And I randomly clicked on it while searching through Google Maps because we were talking about food and apartments earlier. And it's like, so you remember how video game consoles used to have those like carrying cases that you could put them in, or screens that you could attach to them? Like the GameCube used to have this awesome screen that like folded on top of the GameCube or came off. The PlayStation 1 also had a screen. And this company that I found sells basically that and like gaming monitors and carrying cases for video game consoles. I had no idea people still made this kind of stuff for
What is it called again?
Games, GAEMS, PGE.com.
Yeah, Matt, you'd be surprised. I mean, I carry my Switch around in a case all day long.
Oh, that's funny.
I've heard about this place. Oh, I've heard about these. Okay. They're for like, yeah. Giant console.
Like one of the first pictures is of a PlayStation 4, I think, in this kind of like military briefcase, and there's a screen embedded in like the top of the briefcase, and then there's just like a tank, probably World of Tanks, like rolling in through an exploding background. So this thing is really hardcore, and I would probably much rather carry the Switch and anything I needed to than this. This looks super heavy, but also really cool.
I know.
This is like actual metal.
I think they used to have this for the Xbox, where you could get an Xbox, and it's the same concept. It was like a briefcase, and you opened up the briefcase, and it had a monitor on the top, Xbox installed inside the bottom of the briefcase.
$700.
Unbox Therapy had something like this a couple of years ago that they unboxed, and it was outrageously priced. And I just thought to myself, unless like I'm going on a picnic or camping or something, why would I ever want something like this?
Jeez,
you have a webcam mount.
Oh my god. Yeah, look at that. He's like a DJ.
He's in his gamer chair too.
Oh my god.
Is that two webcams? He's got two webcams with the same view.
And I think he has the PlayStation camera. Is that what that thing is there?
Yes, that's the PlayStation Eye right there.
Oh my gosh.
Who is this guy? I want to meet him.
The irony is that it looks like he's just at home. So he doesn't really need any of these things.
He's got a green screen behind him. So.
Oh man.
Oh, hey! I should show you guys.
Look at how pro this guy is. He's got the case and a motorized unicycle. Oh man.
Ooh, you got a green screen?
I did. I got a pull down green screen, so
nice, man.
I can do my Zoom calls and stuff. Oh, so those are lights. They're not streams. They're lights for video quality. So,
but I'm sure you could put a webcam up there.
I would never do what this guy is doing. He's just riding on a unicycle with this. Okay.
I hate to break this up, but
yeah.
I hate to break this up, but we're a little behind on schedule here.
Super tangent. I apologize.